Welcome to the Morning Report, a production of fightbackmedia.com, the #1 source of urban conservative information in America.
Well, good morning, and welcome to the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson. Trust that you are well this glorious morning. Things are good here at the compound. Excited. Last week I had a thing with my foot. My foot is fine. Looking forward to a fantastic day and the rest of the week. There's a phrase out there that's sort of a southern phrase called, and then the phrase goes like this: a hit dog a holler. A hit dog will holler. And we're starting to see a lot of hit dogs because they are hollering, they are screaming. And one of them is our friend Elizabeth Warren, Liawatha, as she was named by Donald Trump in Trump's first presidency. You remember that whole thing about Elizabeth Warren being a Native American, and that's how she got a teaching gig at Harvard and some other things because of her Native American heritage. She she was forced into taking a 23andMe or one of those tests that's supposed to show, your your heritage and that kind of stuff, and found out that she was a lot less Native American than most Americans. That Elizabeth Warren is the original white girl. The original white girl. She is the original white girl. Almost none Native American heritage at all. Almost none. Much less than the average American. You remember her, right? We're going to play a clip of her because RFK. Oh, by the way, congratulations to Pam Bondi, King High School graduate from Tampa, Florida, who is now the Attorney General of the United States. Congratulations to Pam Bondi. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's not just that Florida is in the house; it's Tampa is in the house. That's exciting. That is awesome. We appreciate that. We appreciate you, Pam. You did a great job here in Tampa. You did a great job here in Florida, and I'm sure you'll do a great job for the nation. We're looking forward to your work as Attorney General of the United States. Anyway, with RFK narrowly by one vote his nomination being pushed out of committee onto the Senate floor. Now, those are going to be crazy hearings, but there is a very good chance he gets confirmed, even if the same three Republicans bail out Mitch McConnell and Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins. That makes it a 50-50, and then JD Vance comes in and goes whoosh, breaks the tie, makes it happen. This becomes these arguments, these discussions become very, very important because we need to know who is pushing the buttons for some of these candidates. This is a clip, a small clip, 19 seconds, I think, of Elizabeth Warren, Liawatha, being asked about her donations that she's taken, or commenting on the donations that she's been taken from the pharmaceutical industry. And here's what she says.
Big Pharma since 2020, the reason why you don't want RFK Jr. suing Big Pharma?
Sorry, we're gonna go.
Is that why?
No, check our website. I don't take contributions from Big Pharma executives. I don't take any corporate PAC money. And you and your allies already know that.
Well, one of the good things about new Twitter, X, are the community notes. The community notes, when used properly, really are a good thing. And the community notes really, in this particular instance, they really come out and just nail Elizabeth Warren They speaking of being fact checked, they just nail it. I mean, there are, and we'll talk about all of these here in a second. There is an article on OpenSecrets.org, Time Magazine, Politico, Washington Post. At least three of them, not real conservative, places, not bastions of conservative thought, being Time, Politico, and Washington Post, that basically continue the legend of Hiawatha. Let's get into them. All right. The first one that we're going to put up on the screen, let me get my monitor back. The first one that we're going to put up on the screen is from Open Secrets. You can see that, Open Secrets. It is from data from 2020. And you see that the first, well, let's look at it all. Let's try to be fair. It says right there, important. This money comes from employees or PACs affiliated with industry, not necessarily the companies themselves. Now this is how all this works. Let's say there is a law firm. Let's see, large law firm. About that, we'll call it large law firm, and the large law firm wants to donate money to a particular candidate. Well, the law firm, the head of the law firm, the president or the board of the law firm may not write the check, but the memo goes out. Everybody who's in the law firm knows who the board or the partners are supporting, and they all know that they're supposed to write a max check to that person, right? Everybody knows it's an open secret, so they do. So the candidate, the politician, can say, "I didn't receive any money from large law firm," but in fact of the matter, they did, because all the lawyers and all the associates and the secretaries and the people who work in the mailroom all knew to write a max check. So it's kind of an open secret. That's the thing that you're seeing here in front of you. So that's how they play this game. So this is why Bernie Sanders was so mad at RFK in the committee hearings. Look, Bernie Sanders, independent, not really, from Vermont, in 2020 election cycle, received $1.4 million from that industry. Second on the list in the 2020 election cycle was Elizabeth Warren, Democrat from Massachusetts, $822,573. Nearly $1 million from the pharmaceutical health products people. And then Mark Kelly and then David Perdue, Republican from Georgia, received over $500,000. So what she has said is effectually not true. All right, let's look into her claim that she doesn't take money from PACs. Right, here is the Time magazine. Time magazine, not a bastion of conservative thought. This is not Breitbart, or this is not Town Hall magazine. This is not Red State. It's Time. It's Time magazine. The title of the article, this is back in 2020 as well. Elizabeth Warren condemned for super PACs. Elizabeth Warren condemned super PACs. Now she's benefiting from one. And I'll read a little bit of this. It says, this is from Alana Abramson, written on February 28th, 2020, which is almost exactly 4 years ago. As her campaign limps into Super Tuesday, Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren is receiving millions of dollars in help from the kind of outside money group she is reportedly decried, underscoring the tough realities of a primary contest featuring two self-funded billionaires and the collection of rivals benefiting from political action committee money. PACs. Persist PAC, a super PAC that officially formed several days before the Nevada caucuses to support Warren's campaign, announced Thursday that they will spend $9 million in advertising across television markets in 3 Super Tuesday states, California, Texas, and Massachusetts. The ad buy came on top of the $3.25 million investment from the group earlier this week in 8 other Super Tuesday states. In an ironic twist, that now makes Warren, along with Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, has been the strongest opponents, of course, super PACs in the 2020 campaign, the biggest beneficiary of such groups heading into Super Tuesday. So this idea that she doesn't take money from super PACs or the pharmaceutical industry, well, effectively not true. All right, Politico. So we'd get to them. Again, not another bastion of conservative thought, Politico, right? This was written almost 4 years ago. The vast majority of super PAC millions backing Elizabeth Warren in the final days of her presidential campaign came from one person, Carla Jurvetson, a wealthy doctor based in the Bay Area who donated a massive $14.6 million to the main group that supported Warren. And this is what these PACs are able to do, because a lot of these groups, these political action committees, are just companies, shell companies, really, and that do work on behalf of the candidate. And because you're not donating this money directly to the candidate, you can donate as much as you want to this group that is going to do work for a candidate or do work for multiple candidates. So the same laws don't really apply, which is why this person right here, Dr. Carla Jurvetson, decided that she would build this PAC, the super PAC, and then shove $14.6 million of her own money into it. In the last week of Warren's struggling presidential bid, the super PAC called Persist PAC hastily formed and then swooped into Nevada, South Carolina, and Super Tuesday states to run over $14 million in ads, trying to resuscitate Warren's campaign. So Warren was in trouble after the 3rd and 4th place finishes in both Iowa and New Hampshire. So this idea that she doesn't take money from PACs is, again, she lies. She lies. Washington Post. A new super PAC has formed to, and again, this article was also about 4 years ago. I guess she's forgotten. I guess that she's forgotten. A new super PAC has formed to raise and spend millions of amounts of money to boost the presidential bid of Senator Elizabeth Warren, whose banner campaign issue center on rejecting the power of moneyed interest in politics. The group called Persist PAC, the one we just talked about, filed its papers on Tuesday. It has already launched a 30-second ad campaign in Nevada, highlighting the senator's record establishing a federal financial watchdog agency and supporting policies that help women and middle-class families. So this Persist PAC, which we know is Dr. Jurvetson's personal funnel of $14.6 million directly into Senator Warren's campaign for president. That's what it's about. And she's branded herself as the only candidate immune to the influence of unlimited spending by wealthy donors. You got $14 million to give to a candidate? Hell, most of us don't have $14 to give to a candidate, right? Even candidates that we're going to vote for. Hiawatha is a term that is not misplaced on Elizabeth Warren. It is not misplaced. And you're wondering, and if anybody's wondering why these people are losing their minds, it's because they're being exposed. My wife and I had this conversation this morning. Is what they have done with this whole keep attacking Trump is they have poked the bear. They have poked the bear. And now the bear is loose, basically a lame duck, and is biting everybody. And this is stuff that, but this is stuff that we need to know. This isn't just petty stuff. This is stuff that we need to know. All the stuff that we're hearing from Doge, all this kind of stuff that we're hearing from Elizabeth Warren, all the things that are going on that will be going on with RFK. This is something that the country needs to know. This is hard. These are hard sayings, and this is tough information that we need to know. Because we kind of been living in this fantasy world about how all this stuff works. Now we're really finding out. It's tough, isn't it? Pulling the scab off. Finding out what the dirty underside of all these people are. It's going to be good, though. It's going to be good. Again, congratulations to Pam Bondi, King High School, Tampa, Florida graduate. Congratulations on being confirmed as the Attorney General of the United States. That's from all of us here in Tampa. Again, we got to get out of here maybe for somebody else. So until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody. And for goodness sake, y'all take care of yourself. We will see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.